Welcome back to Advice with Aaron. Thank you all for tuning in again. I appreciate you. So, in my last video, I talked about Dave Ramsey's snowball effect. Boom. Getting out of debt, knocking the smallest one out up the rails. So, now today we're going to talk about J.L. Collins and J.L. Collins' idea of getting out of debt. So, I like J.L. Collins' idea. I like Dave Ramsey's. I'll tell you which one at the end of this video that I used for me. And why. So J.L. Collins believes in knocking out the one with the highest interest rate first. Makes sense, right? I mean, think about it. The interest rate's going to keep building up on the size of the debt, and you could be paying the minimum, and you're just putting yourself more in debt. Essentially, why you could potentially be getting out of debt. So. Totally get it. Makes a lot of sense. I like that. He says, go from the ones with the highest interest rates and down to the smallest ones. On top of that, obviously, you gotta look at your debts. So if you got two things that are the same interest rate, he clearly states go with the smaller one, get it knocked out and taken care of, and then move on to the bigger one. Similar to the Dave Ramsey, He just takes into account, the interest rates and all that jazz. Simple enough, makes sense. I like it. I'm sure it works great. I didn't even think about that whenever I first did. I had known about the Dave Ramsey plan when I was getting out of my debt. And, I attacked my credit card debt first, took the money from that credit card debt and attacked my car. And from my car, I went to my student loans. And I've had great success with that. And, it takes discipline. It takes discipline to get from one to the next, but it's also very rewarding. Once you knock one out and that you're moving on to the next one, and it does almost feel like, before you know it, you're like, wow, like I'm fine, I'm straight, and I'm gonna have plenty of money now to invest or to do more, to maybe treat myself, go on a nice vacation, or go on a little shopping spree you want to go on, because we all want to do it. And so that's what J.L. Collins says. He talks about the interest rates, which is it is important. It's important to pay attention to. But, you also don't want to be sitting there chipping away at that big chunk, of debt just because it's interest rate, when you could be knocking out, the small ones and getting rid of those, so then you can focus on the big one. That's J.L. Collins' plan. He takes out the big ones with the biggest interest rate. Obviously, if they're the same interest rate, he takes the smaller one out, same as Dave Ramsey, get that smaller one knocked out of the way, and then snowball that thing up to the point that you're done, you're out of debt, and we can get building some wealth. Thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate y'all. This is Advice with Aaron, and I'll see you next time.